Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, heart pounding, mind racing with what ifs? What if I lose my job? What if I never find love? What if everything falls apart? That cold grip of fear, it's like a thief in the dark, stealing your peace, your dreams, your life. But what if I told you that fear isn't some unbeatable monster? What if you could kill it, right now, with nothing more than your own mind? Hi, I'm your name or channel name, and today, we're diving deep into the teachings of Neville Goddard to show you exactly how to do that. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll have the tools to turn that fear into fuel for the life you truly want. Let's start by talking about who Neville Goddard was, in case you're new here. Neville was this incredible thinker from the 20th century, born in Barbados, who moved to New York and became a master at explaining how our imagination shapes our reality. He wasn't some stuffy philosopher, he was practical, down to earth, and his ideas have changed millions of lives, including mine. He taught that, assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the key to everything. In other words, you don't chase your dreams, you live as if they're already here. And fear? Oh, fear is just the opposite, it's assuming the worst, letting your imagination run wild in the wrong direction. Think about it, fear isn't real. It's not a thing you can touch or see. It's a story you're telling yourself. Neville would say it's a state of consciousness you're dwelling in, and the good news? You can change that state anytime you want. But how? Let's break it down, step by simple step, like we're just chatting over coffee. First off, recognize that fear comes from doubt, from not believing in your own power. When fear creeps in, it's because you're believing in lack, in failure, in danger. So, the first way to kill it is to catch it early. Next time you feel that knot in your stomach, pause and ask yourself, what am I assuming right now? Am I assuming I'm unsafe, unworthy, or doomed? Write it down if you have to. Awareness is the killer's first strike. I remember a time in my own life when fear had me in a chokehold. I was starting this YouTube channel, right? Pouring my heart into videos about manifestation, but deep down, I was terrified. What if no one watches? What if they laugh at me? What if I fail and have to go back to my old job? That fear kept me up at night, second-guessing every script, every edit. But then I dove back into Neville's lectures, specifically, one called The Power of Awareness. He talks about how imagination is God in action. God isn't some distant figure, it's your own wonderful human imagination. So, I decided to try his technique. I imagined the end. I closed my eyes and felt the excitement of hitting 10,000 subscribers, reading comments like, "This changed my life." I lived in that feeling every night before bed. And guess what? The fear started to fade. Subscribers came in, not overnight, but steadily. It worked because I stopped feeding the fear and started feeding the faith. You can do the same. Let's make this practical. Suppose your fear is about money, bills piling up, job insecurity. Neville would tell you, don't beg for money, assume you're already prosperous. Go to the end. Imagine yourself checking your bank account with a smile, seeing plenty there. Feel the relief, the freedom. Do this in a quiet moment, maybe right before sleep when your subconscious is most receptive. Neville called this, the law of assumption. Assume it's done, and let the universe handle the how. But hey, I get it, fear fights back. It whispers, yeah, but what about reality? Bills are real. Neville had an answer for that too. He said reality is malleable, it's a reflection of your inner state. If you're scared of poverty, you're creating more of it by dwelling there. Flip the script. Revise the day. At the end of a tough day, don't replay the worries in your head. Instead, imagine it differently. Picture yourself handling those bills with ease, money flowing in unexpectedly. Neville shared stories of people who did this and saw miracles, unexpected checks, promotions, you name it. Let me share another story to make this stick. Neville once talked about a woman who was terrified of her husband leaving her. Fear consumed her, she imagined arguments, betrayals, the whole nightmare. But she applied his teaching, she imagined her husband loving her deeply, them laughing together, secure in their marriage. She felt it as real. Within weeks, their relationship transformed, no big talks, no therapy. Just her changed assumption. Fear killed, love revived. Now, what about health fears? That's a big one these days. Maybe you're worried about getting sick or aging poorly. Neville's approach: your body responds to your mind. Assume health. Visualize yourself vibrant, energetic, doing what you love without limits. Don't deny symptoms if they're there. Neville wasn't about ignoring facts, but don't accept them as final. Revise them in your imagination. Imagine a doctor saying, "You're perfectly healthy." Feel the joy. Persist in that, and watch changes unfold. I know this sounds simple, almost too simple. But that's the beauty of Neville's teachings, they're not complicated rituals or expensive courses. It's you, your imagination, and consistency. Fear thrives on complexity, on overthinking. Kill it with simplicity. Let's talk about relationships, because fear loves to mess with those. Afraid of being alone? Of rejection? Neville says, everyone is you pushed out. People treat you based on how you see yourself in them. If you fear betrayal, you're assuming it, and it shows up. Instead, assume loyalty, love, harmony. Imagine scenes where your partner, or future one, adores you, supports you. Make it vivid, hear their voice, feel their touch. Do this daily, and fear loses its grip. But what if fear is about bigger things, like failure in your career or dreams? I feel you. I've been there, staring at a blank screen, afraid my ideas suck. Neville's advice, live from the end. See yourself succeeding. For writers, imagine holding your published book. For entrepreneurs, picture happy customers and thriving business. Feel the pride, the accomplishment. Neville emphasized feeling, it's not just pictures, it's emotion that seals it. Here's a little exercise we can do together right now. Close your eyes if you're in a safe spot. Think of your biggest fear. Got it? Now, imagine the opposite, the best outcome. Make it real. What do you see? Hear? Feel? Dwell there for a minute. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Lighter? That's fear dying a little. Neville often said, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Fear is a poor self-concept. Kill it by building a better one. Assume you're confident, capable, loved. Walk like it, talk like it. Let's dive deeper into how fear sneaks in through habits. Scrolling social media, seeing everyone else's perfect lives, that breeds comparison fear. Neville would say, turn inward. Your reality is yours to create, not copy. Instead of envying, imagine your own highlights reel. Or take news overload, wars, disasters, economy crashes. Fear porn, right? Neville taught detachment. Not ignorance, but not dwelling. Assume peace in your world. Imagine harmony prevailing. Your focus shapes your experience. I once had a fear of public speaking. Sweaty palms, stuttering mess. But applying Neville, I imagined myself on stage, confident, audience applauding. Felt the rush of success. First time I tried it for real. Nailed it. Fear gone. Now, let's address doubts. But Neville, what if it doesn't work? He'd say persistence is key. Fear doesn't die overnight, it fades with consistent assumption. If old thoughts creep back, gently redirect. No force, just love. Neville drew from mystics, saying imagination is the only reality. Physical world is shadow. Kill fear by mastering the real world, your mind. Story time. Neville manifested a trip to Barbados during World War II, no ships available. He imagined being there, feeling the sand, hearing waves. Persisted despite facts. Suddenly, a spot opened. Fear of impossibility killed. You can do that with any fear. Travel fears. Imagine safe arrivals. Social anxiety. Picture easy conversations. Let's talk parenting fears, kids' safety, future. Assume they're protected, successful. Imagine them thriving. Your assumption influences. Or aging fears. Neville lived to 67, vibrant. Assume vitality at any age. Imagine yourself healthy, active in later years. Financial freedom fears. Assume abundance. Imagine wealth flowing. Neville said, signs follow, they do not precede. Feel rich first. Relationship healing. Assume forgiveness, love. Imagine reconciled. Career shift fears. Assume new path success. Imagine fulfillment. Health recovery. Assume wellness. Imagine energy. Global fears. Assume personal peace. Your world reflects you. Now, a guided visualization to kill fear. Find a comfy spot. Breathe deep. In, out. Think of your fear. See it as a dark cloud. Now, imagine a light, your imagination, dissolving it. Replace with desired scene. Feel it. Hold for 5 minutes. Done. That's power. Repeat nightly. Neville did before sleep. Challenges. Distractions. Set reminders. Journal assumptions. Skeptical. Test small. Assume finding parking spot. Works. Builds faith. Community, share in comments fears you're killing. Inspire each other. Remember, you're the operant power. Fear is illusion. Kill it with assumption. Neville didn't just teach concepts, he lived them, and he encouraged us to do the same. So, imagine waking up every morning not with dread, but with a quiet confidence, knowing you're the creator of your day. How do you get there? Start small. Set an intention right when your eyes open. Today, I assume ease, joy, and success in all I do. Feel it for a moment, like slipping into your favorite comfy clothes. That simple act starves fear before it even wakes up. Now, what about those sneaky fears that hide in procrastination? You know, the ones that make you scroll endlessly instead of tackling that project or having that tough conversation. Neville would call that out as assuming delay or defeat. Flip it, assume action and flow. Picture yourself diving in effortlessly, ideas pouring out, conversations going smoothly. I tried this with a big video edit I was dreading, imagined it done, me hitting upload with a grin. Suddenly, the resistance melted, and I knocked it out in half the time. Fear killed, productivity revived. Let's get real about spiritual fears too, because sometimes fear dresses up as doubt in the bigger picture. Afraid there's no higher power, no meaning. Neville bridged that beautifully. He saw God as your imagination, infinite and personal. Assume connection. Imagine moments of synchronicity, guidance showing up just when you need it. Feel the warmth of being supported by the universe. I've had days where after assuming that, a random email or call brings exactly what I need. It's not magic, it's assumption in action. And hey, don't forget about fears around creativity. As a content creator, I used to fear running out of ideas, that dry spell hitting hard. But Neville taught that imagination is boundless. Assume inspiration flows endlessly. Visualize ideas bubbling up like a fountain, new scripts, fresh angles on old teachings. Dwell in that abundance, and watch the fear of scarcity vanish. Suddenly, you're creating more than ever. What if fear teams up with regret? Those should-haves from the past that haunt you. Neville's revision technique is gold here. Don't just kill future fear, revise past ones. Imagine that regrettable moment differently, better outcomes, lessons learned without pain. Feel the release. I revised a bad breakup once, imagining mutual understanding instead of hurt. Not only did the fear of repeating it fade, but I attracted healthier connections after. Let's touch on environmental fears, climate change, pollution, stuff that feels out of control. Neville reminded us, your world is your assumption. Assume solutions emerging, your corner of the world thriving. Imagine clean air, sustainable living as your norm. It shifts your actions too, you start recycling more, supporting green causes, all from a place of faith, not fear. I want to share a listener story to inspire you. A subscriber messaged me about her fear of flying, panic attacks just thinking about it. She applied Neville, imagined smooth flights, feeling relaxed in the seat, arriving safely. Persisted for weeks. Her next trip. Calm as can be, even enjoyed the view. Fear dead, adventures alive. Now, for those dealing with loss, fear of grief overwhelming you. Assume healing. Imagine peace filling the void, memories bringing smiles instead of tears. Neville lost loved ones too, but he assumed eternal connection through imagination. Dwell there, and fear softens. How about imposter syndrome? That fear whispering you're not good enough. Assume expertise. Picture yourself owning the room, sharing wisdom effortlessly. I do this before every recording, assume I'm helping thousands. It kills the doubt, lets authenticity shine. Let's make this interactive. Pause the video right now and jot down 3 fears you're ready to kill. For each, write the opposite assumption. Then, spend 2 minutes feeling it. Go on, I'll wait. Done. Great. That's you wielding your power. What about fears in friendships? Afraid of betrayal or drifting apart? Assume lasting bonds. Imagine heart-to-hearts, shared laughs continuing. Feel the trust. It strengthens relationships without a word. Or business fears, launching something new, risking it all. Assume demand, success. Visualize sales rolling in, rave reviews. Neville manifested his lectures this way, assumed full houses, and they came. Let's address sleep fears, insomnia from worry. Assume restful nights. Before bed, imagine drifting off easily, waking refreshed. It's self-fulfilling. And global travel fears post-pandemic? Assume safety and wonder. Picture explorations without hitches. Fear gone, passport ready. I could go on forever because fears are endless, but your power isn't. Neville's message, you're infinite. Assume that. As we really wrap this up, yeah, I know I said that before, but there's always more to uncover. Carry this with you, every fear is an invitation to assume better. Kill it daily, and watch your life transform. If this resonated, drop a comment. What's one fear you're assuming away today? Let's build a community of fearless creators. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Neville's wisdom. If you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to empower yourself. Until next time, remember, assume the best, live the best. Peace out.